Hi, today I want to talk to you about a series of books that are one of my favorites, and they're the All Souls Trilogy books. And this is what they look like. They are big books, these are paperbacks, and the covers are beautiful. I think there are a couple other book cover designs or book cover art out there, but what's in the book that matters. Yeah, see the symbols. Um, they all have to do with the story itself, and I'm just addicted to the story. It just makes me feel cozy and like I want to be there, but also like I want to know what's going on with these characters. I think if you're into fantasy, um, I was going to say some more, but because even though it's fantasy, there's also some science, and there's some witchcraft. I don't want to call it witchcraft. Magic. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first book. So the first book is called A Discovery Witches. I quite like this cover. And it's by Deborah Harkness. She's amazing. She is a historian. You can find her on Instagram or Twitter. She's amazing. I really like her. So I'm going to read at the back of the book. A world of witches, demons, and vampires. So the demons are spelled like the old-fashioned way. A-E-M-O-N-S. A manuscript which holds the secrets of their past and the key to their future. Diana and Matthew, the forbidden love at the heart of it. So that's what it says. I'll see if there's any more here. So yeah, there's more a bit about the writer here. It says Deborah Harkness is a historian of science and a professor of history at the University of South Carolina. The recipient of fellowships from the American Council of Learned I'm going to stick with that. Societies, the Guggenheim Foundation, and the National Humanities Center. Harkness has also been awarded the History of Science Society's Pfizer Award and Derek Price Prize, and the North American Conference on British Studies John Ben Snow Prize. She won a lot of awards. She spent several years in Oxford doing research, and we did once find a missing manuscript in the Bodleian Library. That's amazing. She has written The Jewel House, Elizabethan London and the Scientific Revolution, and A Discovery Witches is the first novel in the highly acclaimed, internationally best-selling All Souls Trilogy. So you can find her on Twitter at Deb Harkness or online DeborahHarkness.com, Facebook, author Deborah Harkness. It's really good. Oprah Magazine said something about her books. Romantic, erudite, and suspenseful. Entertainment Weekly. This just might be a Twilight for the 3D set. It's not like Twilight, honestly. This is what Glamour said. We literally fell head over heels in love with Volume 1 in the trilogy. They even kickstarted the Glamour.com book club because of our enthusiasm. If you love Twilight but need to sink your teeth into much more meaty, intelligent, and feisty story, with an addictive love thread to boot, then read A Discovery Witches quick. So it's not quite like Twilight, but because there's vampires and I guess that's what they think. But yeah, it is really good and it's addictive if you like these books. Let's see. Yeah, so the first two books are made into a series. The first one is out, season 1. It's on Now TV, and I can't remember in America. This is in the UK. In America, it was on another. Can't remember, Sky, I think. But you might be able to find it. And I think they've released it. I don't know what's wrong with my French. They've released season 1 on DVD, and I pre-ordered it before it came out, obviously. Yeah, so it says, it begins with absence and desire. It begins with blood and fear. It begins with the discovery of witches. So good. I love this. So this is chapter 1. So the main character, Diana, is a historian, and she meets a vampire. She meets a vampire called Matthew. And during their journey in the book, they accidentally fall in love with each other. But the people that, well, the creatures that govern, these are the creatures that will, I don't know. I mean, there are creatures everywhere in the world, and I guess. Trying to find. So anyway, this group makes sure that humans don't know about the other creatures of witches and demons and vampires, because otherwise they'll freak out, they'll be mad, they'll be hysterical, or not, or maybe only some people can handle it. But you never know until you read the book. So that's the first book. So Diana and Matthew, they try to run away from the danger that's encroaching into their lives, and so they attempt to disappear into the past. The second book is A Shadow of Night, and that's when they're in 1591, and this is the front. And the back of it says, in a world of witches, demons, and vampires, the fragile balance of peace is unraveling. Diana and Matthew's forbidden love has broken the laws dividing creatures. To discover the manuscript, which holds their hope for the future, they now must travel back to the past. This is so good, you're gonna love this. There's a lot of history, it's really exciting when they're out and about. I don't know, Deborah, seems to be really precise with historical, obviously she's a historian, so she's very precise about the clothes they wear, what it was like back then, the people, the architecture, the art, and the experiences in there, and the other creatures there. It's really good. And towards the end, they feel like they have to come back to the present to get away from even more danger so that they can be together. So this is the last one in the series, as far as you know. The Book of Life. So at the back it says, endings, beginnings, change. The world of witches, demons, and vampires is dangerously threatened. Diana and Matthew, witch and vampire. Their love has brought conflict and hope, but only together can they learn at last what the witches discovered so many centuries ago. And it will have consequences for all. So Diana and Matthew get married in the second book. Spoiler alert. I won't tell you anymore. Dangerous things happen. There are some deaths. In this book, it kind of, Deborah brings all of them together in a way that feels like there's hope. You hope to move on, hope to look into the future for more. Hope that their little family is going to survive. and it just makes you feel really good in the end. Also really concerned for them. So I'm going to leave it for now. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to show you. This book is signed, which is amazing, and that writer is really great. She said too. And call herself Wonder Woman because this channel used to be called Wonder Woman. To Wonder Woman. Endings, beginnings, change. Deborah Harkness. Oh, you got my name there, but just my first name. Yeah, so I'll forever keep these books. And I feel like rereading them this time of quarantine in these uncertain times. I hope you're all okay and keeping safe. Bye.